Hey guys, okay, so my voice is kind of going in and out, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. I have been talking about like the healing process and things like that on Facebook. Hi, and I wanted to kind of come on here. I guess I probably should have put them on here first, and maybe then share them with Facebook. I don't know how that kind of interface goes, but I'm trying to learn. But I wanted to share something that happened to me over the weekend. So I had a really good friend of mine betrayed me like in the not the worst way, but it was pretty bad. And I was devastated. Like, dang, how could this friend lie on me? Portray me to be this very different person than I was to somebody who was our friend. I mean, was a friend of hers, and me and the other person was cordial, but she made up all these lies, and it was just horrible. It was horrible for me, and it was devastating. And so I was going through my pictures trying to show another friend something, and I saw a picture of us laughing, joking, and it hurt me. It hurt my heart because I was grieving that relationship, the loss of that relationship. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna reach out and try to um, reconcile or anything, but it does mean that I still have emotions that I necessarily need to process. So I thought about it. So it was rough at first, and so I was like, oh, let me close these pictures out. But I was like, no, feel this. Like, what does this feel like? It feels like hurt, betrayal. I feel, you know, uh, like I said, I feel betrayed. I feel sad. I feel um, critical, like judged. I mean, I felt all these different things, um, and it made me sad. So I kind of felt I kind of sat in that feeling for a minute, and then just processed it. Like, okay, all right. And hey, Asia, and my therapist gave me actually a good idea. She told me to write goodbye letters to people. And you write goodbye letters to people, not necessarily a goodbye to, a friendship or whatever, but you write goodbye to who you thought they were. So let's just say, you have a friend who lied to you, and, it was, you guys reconciled, but you were still hurt about that. You can write a goodbye letter to the person that you thought they were, and the person that they, they are now. It may not be horrible, but that can kind of help you get your true emotions out without being worried about them being upset or hurt or anything. So anyway, so after that happened, I was like, okay, I think that was like Thursday or Friday. So I'm like, all right. And then, I had a post pop up on Facebook, how the time hop, and it showed me another friend that I used to work with. So, I'm like laughing, looking at the post, laughing. And then I clicked on her page, like, I haven't thought about her. I haven't talked to her, in quite a bit. And I found out that we weren't friends anymore. And I was just like, whoa, okay. So I messaged her, I texted her and messaged her, like, hey, I didn't know if that was a Facebook error or if you deleted me as a friend because I had no idea why. So I felt rejected, and like, dang, that's bold. Like, what you block me for? What you delete me as a friend? And maybe it's just because how I view Facebook. Well, not maybe, but I view Facebook like, I might delete you as a friend, but it takes like a lot. Like, I'll have to, you might have to have done something to my family or something for me to even think about going and intentionally blocking you. So I felt like, whoa, that's a big step. It might not be to other people, but for me it is, because I don't even think about it that much. But anyway, I just wanted to say all that to say that I felt abandoned, even though this person, I don't talk to her that often, or she wasn't a crucial part of my life or a big part of my support system or anything, but we were cool. And I just wasn't expecting that. So, out of the healing process and all that stuff and the other things that I was feeling, just from past and whatever, from Friday, Thursday, or Friday, from thinking about my friend that betrayed me to this other friend who's like clearly like, well, we ain't friends no more, and I had no idea. So I was just like, whoa, that was a bit much for me. Hi, thank you for joining me. That was a bit much for me, but the healing process, like I said, is never easy. So I allowed myself to sit and I cried. Like, okay, well, it's okay for me to grieve a relationship that I thought was a good friendship, but really turned out not to be. Or it was what I thought was good, but the other person was like, psh, that person, thought completely different of me. So, but I allowed myself to sit and feel those feelings, even though they hurt. I allow myself to sit there and feel like, well, what is it that I really feel? I shared on Facebook a couple videos, and I said, I showed a feeling wheel, and I don't have it in front of me now, but in the center is like sad, mad, happy, joyous, and peaceful. But on the outer edges of it, it kind of explores a deeper feelings that you might feel. So when I feel mad, I might feel shameful or guilty, or upset or frustrated, irritable. If I'm scared, I might feel isolated, lonely. I might feel betrayed or whatever. It's just different things that you can feel that you might not necessarily know and not be able to identify. So I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys once again that, the healing journey is not easy. You can Google it. Go to Google and just put in feeling, like emotion chart, or what did I put in? Feeling wheel. You could put in feeling wheel or emotional wheel, because I did that to kind of show another friend when I didn't have my feeling wheel. Oh, good. You're welcome. But so, you get that wheel and you start in the beginning like, okay, well, I think I feel sad. And then you kind of look on the outside like, well, no, I actually just feel isolated or abandoned. And, you're able to identify those emotions and process them, because most of the time what happens is we'll feel like, I felt sad that that person abandoned me, or no, I felt mad, like, how dare she defriend me, like, who defriends somebody for no reason? I mean, when I was pregnant, she messaged me, we kind of talked a little bit, but I didn't know that things were at a point where she would defriend me. I guess I was just surprised, like, whoa. So I felt angry at first, like, psh. And then I started thinking about, like, okay, but Serena, how do you really feel? But I felt abandoned. I felt betrayed. Like, well, why wouldn't she maybe message me or trying to say you hurt my feelings or I'm not friends with you? Whatever. I don't know. I don't really know how I would have handled it, but it allowed me to kind of just process my feelings. So, do that, because now I was able to kind of say, okay, well, that hurt me. Okay, I was hurt. Identify the emotion, and I can logically think about it like, okay, well, if she does want to be friends, okay, that's fine. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm a bad friend or a bad person or anything like that. I don't have to internalize it, and I'm able to move forward. Now, will I think about that, especially the friend that betrayed me? That relationship, we had a relationship over probably about 15 years. Probably longer than that. So that relationship is going to take a little bit more time for me to heal from, but I felt betrayed. Like, I can't believe it. So when I see pictures, we're having fun, birthday parties, when I deliver my baby, or, whatever, when I see these pictures, it reminds me of her and it reminds me of our relationship and the good times that we had. And it hurts me that we can't resume that. I can't go back to that because of the level of betrayal. I'm not willing to do it. So, but it's a process, so I'm still grieving that process. But when I see those pictures, I laugh, and then I'm able to kind of think like, well, how do I feel? And then like I said, I do the same thing. And it's hurtful because I feel like sad, like, dang, why would you do that? I want to kind of talk about it and figure it out, but it doesn't really matter. When somebody betrays you, depending on the way, you can talk to them about it, and it may make sense or may not make sense. But this level was not forgivable, because I definitely forgive her, but it's not something that could be easily reconciled. I mean, it would have to be like Jesus would have to come down, like, you guys need to be back friends again because I need for you to do X, Y, Z or something like that. Otherwise, I don't, I'm good. But you have all these feelings and all these different things that, you don't process, and you build it up, and then you feel like it's anger or sadness, and next thing you know, you see somebody and you looking at them rolling their eyes, but it has nothing to do with that person. It's because you didn't process some guilt or shame or whatever you felt before. So my kids are back home. I had a few minutes to myself, so I wanted to process that. Hi, Mia. So now I gotta go. Peace. Check us out on IamFierceLove.com. You can look at me on Facebook, and I am out. Okay, bye.